Welcome to Flavor Street, where every bite is an adventure. Join us as we explore the best street flavors, unique recipes, and delicious moments to share. Ready to take a tasty journey? Grot oatmeal, often served for breakfast or as a snack. To prepare grot, which is a traditional Norwegian porridge, you typically use simple ingredients. Here's a basic recipe for rammegrot, sour cream porridge, a popular version. Ingredients: 2 cups whole milk, or you can use half milk and half water for a lighter version. 1 cup sour cream, ram. Half a cup all-purpose flour, for thickening. 1/2 teaspoon salt, for flavor. 2 tablespoons butter, optional, for richness. Sugar, to taste, typically sprinkled on top when serving. Ground cinnamon, to taste, typically sprinkled on top when serving. Optional. Cured meats like speakmat, for a savory variation. This version of grot, rammegrot, is rich and creamy, making it a comforting and filling dish often served with sugar, cinnamon, and sometimes a side of cured meats. You can adjust the quantities depending on how much porridge you want to make. Enjoy preparing and tasting this traditional Norwegian dish. Sveler Norwegian pancakes, often served with butter and sugar or jam. Sveler is a traditional Norwegian pancake, similar to a thick and fluffy pancake or a thicker version of a crepe. It's often served with butter, sugar, and jam. Here's how you can make them. Ingredients for Sveler: 2 cups all-purpose flour. 2 tablespoons sugar, for a lightly sweet flavor. 1 teaspoon baking powder. 1/2 teaspoon salt. 2 eggs. 2 cups buttermilk, or regular milk if you prefer. 2 tablespoons melted butter, plus more for frying. 1 teaspoon vanilla extract, optional, for flavor. Optional toppings: butter, sugar, jam, often lingonberry, strawberry, or raspberry. Whipped cream. Instructions: mix the dry ingredients in a large bowl. Combine the flour, sugar, baking powder, and salt. Whisk wet ingredients in another bowl. Whisk together the eggs, buttermilk or milk, and melted butter. If you're using vanilla extract, add it here as well. Combine, gradually add the wet ingredients to the dry ingredients and whisk until the batter is smooth. It should be a thick, pourable consistency. If it's too thick, you can add a little more milk to reach your desired consistency. Cook the Sveler. Heat a non-stick frying pan or griddle over medium heat. Add a little butter to the pan. Once the pan is hot, pour a small amount of batter onto the pan to form a round pancake, about 3 to 4 inches in diameter. Let it cook for about 2 to 3 minutes until bubbles form on the surface, then flip it and cook for another 1 to 2 minutes, until both sides are golden brown. Serve the Sveler hot with your preferred toppings like butter, sugar, and jam. Some people like to serve them with sour cream as well. Tips: you can adjust the sweetness of the batter by adding more or less sugar according to your taste. For a thicker or fluffier result, use less milk and allow the batter to sit for a few minutes before frying. Enjoy your delicious, fluffy Sveler. It's a wonderful treat for breakfast, brunch, or as a snack. Hveteboller wheat rolls, typically served with butter and sugar. Hveteboller are traditional Norwegian sweet wheat buns, often enjoyed as a snack or dessert. They are soft, sweet, and fluffy, and typically served with butter, sugar, or jam. Here's a recipe to make these delicious buns. Ingredients for Hveteboller: 4 cups all-purpose flour, plus more for kneading. 1/2 cup sugar. 1 teaspoon salt. 1 packet dry yeast, about 2 1/4 teaspoons. 1 cup milk, warm, about 100 degrees Fahrenheit, 38 degrees Celsius. 1/2 cup unsalted butter, melted. 1 large egg. 1 teaspoon ground cardamom, optional, for flavor. 1 teaspoon vanilla extract, optional, for flavor. 1 egg, for egg wash, optional. Pearl sugar, for topping, optional. Instructions: prepare the yeast mixture. In a small bowl, heat the milk to around 100 degrees Fahrenheit, 38 degrees Celsius. Stir in the sugar, then sprinkle the yeast over the milk and let it sit for about 5 to 10 minutes until it becomes foamy. Mix the dry ingredients. In a large mixing bowl, combine the flour, salt, and optional ground cardamom. If you're using vanilla extract, you can add it to the dry ingredients or to the wet ingredients later. Make the dough. Once the yeast has bubbled up, add the yeast mixture to the flour mixture along with the melted butter and the egg. Mix everything together until it forms a dough. Knead the dough. Transfer the dough to a floured surface and knead for about 5 to 10 minutes, until the dough is smooth and elastic. If it's too sticky, add a little more flour, but try to keep the dough soft and slightly sticky. Let the dough rise. Place the dough in a lightly greased bowl, cover with a clean cloth, and let it rise in a warm place for about 1 hour, or until it has doubled in size. Shape the buns. Once the dough has risen, punch it down to release the air. Divide the dough into 12 to 16 small pieces, depending on your preferred bun size, and roll each piece into a ball. You can also shape them into rounds or other fun shapes, depending on your preference. Second rise. Place the shaped buns on a baking sheet lined with parchment paper, leaving space between them. Cover with a cloth and let them rise for another 30 minutes to 1 hour, until they puff up. Prepare the egg wash. Preheat the oven to 375 degrees Fahrenheit, 190 degrees Celsius. Beat the remaining egg and brush it over the tops of the buns to give them a golden, glossy finish. Optionally, sprinkle pearl sugar on top of the buns for a nice crunch and sweetness. Bake the buns. Bake the buns in the preheated oven for 12 to 15 minutes, or until they are golden brown on top. Cool and serve. Let the buns cool slightly on a wire rack before serving. They are delicious on their own or with butter, jam, or a cup of coffee. Mussels, freshly cooked mussels from the local fjords, often served with bread and butter. Mussels are a popular seafood in coastal regions, and Norway, with its rich marine resources, is a great place to enjoy them. Mussels can be cooked in many ways, but a simple and delicious method involves steaming them. Here's how you can prepare fresh mussels. Ingredients: 2 pounds fresh mussels, about 1 kilogram. 1 cup white wine, optional, you can also use water or broth. 2 tablespoons butter. 2 cloves garlic, minced. 1 small onion, finely chopped, optional. 1 tablespoon fresh parsley, chopped. 1 teaspoon lemon zest, optional, for a citrusy kick. 1/2 teaspoon salt. 1/4 teaspoon black pepper. Lemon wedges, for serving. Instructions. Clean the mussels. Before cooking, rinse the mussels under cold water to remove any sand or debris. Scrub the shells with a brush if needed. Remove the beard, the string-like fibers, from each mussel by pulling them gently. Discard any mussels with broken shells or those that remain open after a gentle tap. Prepare the cooking liquid. In a large pot, melt the butter over medium heat. Add the chopped garlic and onion, if using, and sauté for about 2 minutes until fragrant and softened. Add the wine or broth. Pour in the white wine, or water/broth if you prefer. Bring the liquid to a simmer. Add the salt, pepper, and optional lemon zest for added flavor. Cook the mussels. Once the liquid is simmering, add the mussels to the pot. Cover with a lid and cook for 5 to 7 minutes, shaking the pot occasionally until the mussels have opened. Discard any mussels that remain closed after cooking. Finish the dish. Sprinkle the cooked mussels with fresh parsley and serve immediately. Serve the mussels with lemon wedges on the side, and for extra flavor, you can drizzle some of the cooking liquid over them. Lox med poteter, fresh salmon with potatoes, often served as a takeaway dish. Hveteboller is a classic Norwegian mashed potato dish, often served as a side dish with meats, fish, or stews. It's simple to make and is known for its creamy and smooth texture, sometimes enhanced with butter, cream, or even some garlic for extra flavor. Here's how to prepare hveteboller. Ingredients: 2 pounds, 900 g, potatoes, a waxy variety like Yukon Gold or a starchy variety like russet works well. Half a cup heavy cream or milk for a lighter version. 4 tablespoons butter, or more for a richer flavor. Salt, to taste. Black pepper, to taste. Fresh herbs, optional, like parsley or chives for garnish. 1 to 2 cloves garlic, optional, for extra flavor. Instructions. Prepare the potatoes. Peel the potatoes and cut them into even chunks, about 1 to 2 inches in size, so they cook evenly. If you prefer a rustic texture, you can leave the skins on. Cook the potatoes. Place the potato chunks in a large pot and cover with cold water. Add a pinch of salt. Bring to a boil over medium-high heat, then reduce to a simmer. Cook the potatoes for about 15 to 20 minutes or until they are easily pierced with a fork or knife. Mash the potatoes. Drain the potatoes in a colander and return them to the pot. Begin mashing the potatoes using a potato masher, fork, or potato ricer for a smoother texture. Add butter and cream. In a small saucepan, heat the heavy cream and butter together until the butter has melted. You can also add minced garlic at this stage for extra flavor if using. Pour the warm cream and butter mixture into the mashed potatoes and stir until smooth and creamy. Season. Add salt and pepper to taste. Adjust the consistency by adding more cream or milk if you prefer a creamier mashed potato. Optionally, you can stir in some chopped fresh herbs like parsley or chives for added color and flavor. Serve. Serve the potatoes warm as a side dish to your favorite main course. Sognefjord seafood platters, often showcasing local shrimp, crab, and fish. Sognefjord is a traditional Scandinavian seafood platter often served during holidays or festive occasions. It typically includes a variety of fresh and preserved seafood served together with sides and condiments. Here's a list of common ingredients to prepare Sognefjord. Fish and shellfish. Smoked salmon, gravlax or roklax. Cured herring, matches herring or pickled herring. Shrimps, cooked and peeled. Crab claws or crab meat. Lobster, optional, can be boiled. Mussels, steamed. Oysters, fresh, often served raw on the half shell. Scallops, either raw or seared. Whitefish fillets, like cod, halibut, or haddock, lightly cooked or raw. Accompaniments and garnishes. Lemon wedges, to squeeze over the seafood. Cucumber slices, often pickled or fresh. Fresh dill, for garnish. Red onion, sliced thinly. Hard-boiled eggs, optional. Capers. Chives, finely chopped. Condiments. Mustard sauce, mild or spicy, often served with herring. Aioli or mayonnaise, for dipping, especially with shellfish. Horseradish, freshly grated or prepared. Lemon or lime wedges. Fresh herbs, parsley, dill. Sides and bread. Rye bread or crispy flatbread. Butter, softened. Rye crackers, optional. Other seafood options, optional. Sardines. Anchovies. Fish roe, like lumpfish roe. You can arrange the ingredients on a large platter or wooden board, artfully arranging the seafood and garnishing with herbs, citrus, and sauces for an elegant presentation. The platter is often served cold, with guests enjoying the different types of seafood with bread, crackers, and condiments. Pølse med lompe, a popular Norwegian hot dog, served in a soft flatbread. Pølse med lompe is a popular and simple Scandinavian snack, especially in Norway. It consists of a sausage, pølse, served inside a soft flatbread, lompe. It is a classic street food and commonly eaten at parties, during festivals, or even as a quick meal. Here's a breakdown of the ingredients for pølse med lompe. Ingredients. Pølse, sausage. Norwegian hot dog sausages. These are typically made from a blend of pork and beef and have a unique, mild flavor. You can use similar sausages if you can't find Norwegian ones, such as bratwurst or other soft sausages. Optional types of sausages. Some people prefer different types of sausages, such as spicy or smoked varieties. Lomp, soft flatbread. Lomp is a thin, soft, and slightly chewy flatbread. It's similar to a tortilla, but softer and thicker than a typical wrap. You can find pre-made lomp in Scandinavian grocery stores, or you can make your own. Toppings and condiments, optional but popular. Ketchup, a classic topping for pølse med lomp. Mustard, often used in combination with ketchup for extra flavor. Ranch dressing or mayonnaise, some people enjoy adding creamy sauces. Crispy onions, adds texture and flavor. Pickles or pickled cucumber, a tangy addition to complement the sausage. Sauerkraut, if you like a bit of sourness with your sausage. Relish or chili sauce, for those who prefer a spicier version. Shredded cheese, often added for extra richness. How to prepare. Cook the sausage. The sausages are typically boiled or grilled until they are cooked through and hot. Warm the lomp. Heat the lomp flatbread briefly in a dry pan or microwave to soften it, making it easier to wrap around the sausage. Assemble. Place the hot sausage on the lomp and add your desired condiments and toppings. Roll or fold the flatbread around the sausage. Serve. Enjoy immediately while the sausage is hot and the flatbread is soft. Pølse med lomp is usually served as a quick snack, especially at gatherings or on the go, and is perfect for casual events. Waffle, waffle, Norwegian waffles, typically served with jam and sour cream. A waffle is a popular and versatile dish enjoyed in many cultures, and it is especially beloved in Scandinavian countries, such as Norway and Sweden. The crispy, golden exterior and soft, fluffy interior make it a delightful treat. There are various ways to enjoy waffles, with toppings ranging from sweet to savory. Here's a simple recipe to make traditional Scandinavian waffles, often called Hveteboller in Norway, along with some common topping ideas. Ingredients for Scandinavian waffles. For the waffle batter. 2 cups all-purpose flour, about 240 g. 2 tablespoons sugar. 1 tablespoon baking powder. 1/4 teaspoon salt. 2 large eggs. 2 cups milk, can use a mix of milk and cream for a richer batter. Half a cup unsalted butter, melted, about 115 g. 1 teaspoon vanilla extract, optional. 1/4 teaspoon cardamom, optional, but gives a lovely Scandinavian flavor. Instructions. Prepare the waffle iron. Preheat your waffle iron according to the manufacturer's instructions. You can lightly grease it with oil or non-stick spray if necessary. Make the batter. In a large bowl, whisk together the flour, sugar, baking powder, salt, and cardamom if using. In a separate bowl, beat the eggs and then add the milk, melted butter, and vanilla extract. Gradually combine the wet ingredients with the dry ingredients, stirring until smooth. You should have a thick but pourable batter. Cook the waffles. Pour a small amount of batter into the preheated waffle iron, depending on the size of your iron. Close the lid and cook for about 2 to 4 minutes, or until golden and crispy on the outside. Repeat until all the batter is used up. Serve the waffles immediately while they are warm and crispy. Common toppings for waffles. Scandinavian waffles are often served with a variety of sweet toppings. Whipped cream, a classic topping, often served with berries or jam. Fresh berries, blueberries, strawberries, raspberries, or lingonberries are common choices. Jam or fruit compote, lingonberry jam or strawberry jam is very popular in Scandinavian countries. Powdered sugar, a simple dusting of powdered sugar adds sweetness without overpowering the flavor. Ice cream or sorbet, a treat for special occasions. Chocolate sauce, for those who prefer a rich, indulgent option. Maple syrup, though not as common in Scandinavia, some like to enjoy waffles with maple syrup. Sour cream, in some places, waffles are paired with sour cream for a tangy contrast.